Hi guys, so I look extra crazy today. I have not been doing any bits of makeup except for lip gloss I got yesterday from a beauty supply store just because my lips have been absolutely chapped. Good news though, I went into the dentist today for a follow-up and no infection. They didn't prescribe me anything crazy. I can stay on my ibuprofen and hopefully it'll heal up. What they did is they like flushed it once. They wanted to flush it twice, but I could feel it, the water, salt water, which is called saline water. If you've ever had like a tattoo or piercing or anything done, you know what saline water is. So I didn't want them to really flush it and cause more trauma to the site because I wake up in agony of it hurting so bad. So I didn't want anything to come loose, so I told him don't do it, and I didn't know the water was like running down my neck. It felt so weird. So they just did it once, and it was fine. The dentist looked at it, said it was okay, but it still sucks, like so bad. Then they said if the pain gets worse within like 2 days to come in, and they'll probably like put some kind of medication in it to help it heal faster, or sorry I'm acting weird. I have a little story to tell. Okay, but I'm gonna talk about it after when I talk about my tooth. So yeah. Alright. Tooth is cool. Everything's good except for when they flushed it, it has a hole. When I drank my chocolate milk, I literally felt it go down. Literally go down. It is the worst, weirdest feeling ever. And I immediately, the lady had called me that I seen today. That wasn't like the doctor, but she was, you know, the dentist. And I called her. She called her and said if I have any questions to call her. So as soon as that happened, when I went to 7-Eleven, me and my boyfriend were supposed to go to lunch. So he came back a little late. He had to go to Verizon and switch his phone. I should definitely cut that out. Anyway, so I was waiting. I was getting a little tired, so not feeling good. So I wanted to go and went to 7-Eleven. I got a drink, cheese stick, and I took some medicine just so it wouldn't start back up again hurting. And I've been fine. Then I went to, he couldn't come to lunch. We made plans to go to lunch, but we didn't get to go to lunch. So I went to Tropical Smoothie. He said go wherever, just call him wherever I went and see what he wanted. So I went to Tropical Smoothie. I got a shake or smoothie. Got him one, a sandwich, and I just got a cheese quesadilla with chicken because I can't really bite much or anything. So like I've just kind of been hanging around here. Trying not to stay in bed all day today. I've been trying to, he's doing his new shop and offices and stuff. So, just him here and just trying to like stay awake. As far as work goes, you can't work with like complete pain on your face. But like last week, in the beginning of last week or something, I had asked my friend's boss, we grew up together, and he has a job at 7-Eleven. He was like, just text the guy or ask him, he'll hire you. So I asked him, but my boyfriend didn't take my phone at this time, so I didn't have a way for him to call me, and I gave him my friend's number. And she didn't tell me anything. Some stories, but I'm not going to talk about her right now. Needless to say, I have my phone back. If I want that job, I'll have to go tell him, give him my number, and work there. But I have a lady I clean for, and she said she's had some opportunities for me and some permanent, so talk to her about that. Maybe have something. Clean the office, said another house I had to clean, and maybe something cool. Anyways, something really weird happened, and I really want to talk about it, like, ASAP. I'm probably looking crazy because they're doing like work on the road over here in the street above the shop. And some of the guys are like, see me talking to myself. Anyways. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. I usually post like cleaning ads and stuff. I haven't responded to one. So, sometimes on the internet you have to be like really careful. But I haven't responded to it yet because a lot of straining and stuff can cause me to suck in my mouth and lose the, you know, the gum that it builds, the stuff it forms inside the hole. And they literally had to do pretty invasive surgery. I have cuts from back to front of the teeth surrounding the hole. It's just, it's awful. I hurt from the injections where they numbed me. I'm still numb. It's just awful. The wisdom tooth putting pressure back there. That's, in fact, like, it's awful. But yeah, the tooth that, like, pretty much eroded had to get taken out. Because when I was, like, pregnant, this tooth was just causing me so many problems. And I was so scared to get it taken out. By the time I went to, well, want to get my wisdom tooth taken out, no, they wanted to take this tooth out. And they had to cut through bone. They had to get everything out. Like, there's no two sockets. They, like, went through everything to get this stuff out. It hurts bad. They were, like, pulling on my jaw. It was awful. Okay. So, story time. I go deliver some boxes for my boyfriend at a bakery. Like, cake pads, etc., etc. I go to leave to get on the main road out of the shopping center. And a car is in another lane and I'm going basic speed and just swoops right in front of me. The car, I'm just like, okay, maybe it's somebody that thinks they're all that. They have a black Lincoln, some gangster or whatever. You know, rich little piece of crap. So, well, I was whatever. So I was gonna, this road goes to the highway I didn't want to get on. So I had to get over, right? I was about to get over before this car got in front of me that was coming up behind me. I was about to get over. But no, the car in front of me, the black Lincoln with the 4-digit license plates that look like a government vehicle. So it was strange to me, like, this bitch thinks that they can do whatever they want, you know? Or they're doing it intentionally to me, or following me, or whatever, because this isn't the first story I have about this guy from New York following me, riding around my house, following me to a shopping center in another county, getting on the highway and following me and my mom to the bank a separate day. So it's not the first time that I've had my suspicions, but this lady got in front of me, in front of the truck that was coming, a blue Jeep. This lady in the black Lincoln swooped right in front of me as soon as, like, I was about to get over. So I couldn't get over, and I was just like, I had to, like, move quickly before this Jeep hit me. And she stopped too. She let the Jeep go. She's like, she wanted me to get hit. She got back over at the same time that I got over. It was, like, stupid. It was like she was trying to block me from going, like, around and stop me from being able to pass this Jeep and go when I needed to go. It's like she wanted me to deliberately hit this car. So once the Jeep passes, we go onto the highway. And I'm following her. But I'm thinking, you know, about my other story about this guy from New York following me and my kids. And this was when I stayed at home alone with me and my kids. Their dad wasn't there. He moved into the apartments. I was pregnant with Jade at this time. And it was when this went on from when I was pregnant with Jade and right after I had Jade. And this guy had followed me. So I was not happy with this lady that just, like, got in front of me. I really wasn't. And it wasn't, I really thought, you know, she was just some old lady. But when I passed her, she didn't look at me. And she had, like, this nasty, rude look in her face. Like, she was too good to even, like, put on a blinker or anything. So I took my, this is literally, like, the kind of plastic cup that I had, but I had the Nesquik one. And I rolled down my window and going on the highway, I threw it down and it hit the bottom of her car, you know, above the tire, like where the plastic is around the side of the car. I threw it, her fucking car. It just went boom, and the bitch kept driving. And she slowed down. She slowed down, and I kept going. And she just finally went away. Bitch left. You know what? These government people, I'm about to post all my stories. Because after what happened to me with my house getting broken into, the DA guy was like telling me that I broke into the house because there was glass on the floor. I did it. But I watch shows all the time, crime shows. When there's glass in the house, that means that somebody did it from the outside. And I do my bushes and I did my trees all the time. That's how I knew like this guy from New York was following me, because I saw him riding around my house. So on my back there was like stones around the tree, and one of the stones was misplaced when I went, you know, a couple weeks later when I was in the process of moving, looking for evidence, scratches on the walls. There was nothing, no gunshots. So I went outside and I saw the stone. I have a video about it that I posted on Facebook, and that same day I was in the hospital from kidney stones and a cyst that had ruptured. And this detective said that I did it. I was going in for lie detector test or whatever. And I called my ex and he was like, why weren't you home? It was like the creepiest thing. That is something I could talk about on another story time. But this detective, I said, can I have your cards, right? This is the weird thing. And he didn't give me his card. He did not want to give me his card. He said, I'm not even from this jurisdiction. He said, I used to be, but now I'm somewhere else. When I came home, I was on my way to my mom's. I was going in the house, and that's when I noticed the shit was missing. The cop came in, and that's when he noticed the glass. The kids were in the car. But anyways, I came home that night with the kids. And, you know what I saw in my kids' dresser where their TV was missing? A stack full of this detective's cards. And you know what else? During our custody hearing, I didn't have a place to sit. The day they took my kids, you know who was sitting on the other side of the courtroom in his own little section? That detective. That detective. Isn't that weird? Who wants to hear this story? Or I want to find the video that I posted on Facebook during this time when I was at home with my kids telling this story. It's the weirdest thing ever. The government is like the weirdest. They're like the weirdest people ever.